Hi guys, welcome back to Carrie's Creation and Design. In this video, I am going to be showing you how to disassemble a pallet or skid. One method to disassemble a pallet, and basically in this method, you wouldn't need any power tools. All you would really need is a pry bar, a mallet, or a pry bar and a hammer, or both. I feel like the pry bar and the hammer method works quicker and more efficiently, but I was using the, excuse me, I can't talk. I was using the mallet because my fiance was in bed. He had to work in the morning, and a couple of my kids were actually sleeping as well. Now, I always start from the middle when I'm doing this, and that's because it makes the ends pry up so much easier. They like come up like butter. It doesn't take much effort at all. And if you just start at one end, like the end that I'm at right now, and you start prying, and you pried that one, and then the middle, and then the end, you're more likely to get splitting where I'm at right now, because that's going to be so fastened down, and it's just going to have the weight of the other two sections holding you from pulling it up. It's just going to be like so hard to pry it. Now, I didn't pry this end. I just pushed the wood up and over instead of prying it, which you will get nail holes from the nails sliding through the wood if the wood is beat up and old. If it's not, it could cause some splitting at this end. So that is completely up to you, whether you want to use the pry bar and pry this end as well. But for me, this time that I was doing it, I actually was doing it for a project that it was okay if I cut off an inch at the end, because that's all it's really going to do. It's really going to mess up maybe an inch at the end. And really it doesn't mess it up, because if you can deal with holes, which I got in this one, it didn't mess up anything. Like, I could literally use the whole piece of wood. This piece of wood was completely fine from end to end. There was no damage whatsoever. Now, you will get splitting sometimes. You will definitely get splitting if you pry from end to end and not start in the middle. I feel like it's very important to start in the middle. I've learned that over the years of prying wood, prying pallets, and using this method, that it is important to start from the middle. It just makes things so much easier, and I would recommend that for anybody doing this. You may be asking yourself, like, why is she, going through all the trouble to pry wood from a pallet? Well, if you guys haven't hopped on the new trend, and it's actually been something I've been doing for a long time, but a lot of people have caught on, and they have been, recycling and trying to, reuse old wood, which is awesome. If we have it, why cut down more trees, and why burn it? I mean, I use it sometimes for my fire pit. I'm not going to lie. My kids like to make s'mores, and we do have a huge fire pit out back. So there's times that I use it and we burn it, and that's that. But I love to repurpose something, and if I can get useful material out of something that's literally going to get burnt or literally going to get, thrown in a landfill somewhere, then yeah, I'm going to try to use it. This is perfectly good wood, guys. Once I sand this down, it works fine, and it's actually really nice for rustic projects. Like the older, the better for those type of projects, where you're looking for the old, antique look of something. This wood has been sat around. It's been beat up. It's probably been through, a war zone. It's been through a lot, so it's got that beat up look that you're looking for. You don't have to do really much to the wood to get that effect. But I didn't fast forward it yet because I thought at this stage right here in the video I had broke a piece, and I kind of wanted to show you what it's like when it snaps. But this wood in this piece right here, this wood section was already broke, and you can actually see where it's broke. It wasn't actually from something that I did to break it. It was already broke. I think it's the next one that I did that I cracked a piece of it. If it's going to crack, it's usually going to crack from one of the ends. It's not going to crack in the middle. It hardly ever cracks in the middle, but it does crack on the ends sometimes, which is fine. And there are other methods to tearing apart a pallet or a skid besides using the pry bar and the hammer method. And that is fine. You can use that method as well. There's actually a couple different methods to doing this. Some people will pry the middle up and use a circular saw, a hand saw, or you know, something, a jigsaw, something of the sort, and they just basically cut off the ends. The inch that's attached to the frame, they cut it off. They pry the middle and they cut off the ends. It saves you some time from prying the ends, and it also lessens the amount of wood you're going to get, because obviously you're going to cut off each end. That's going to shorten your wood piece by, you know, probably 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches. So depending on what you need the wood for, like in my case, I was using this wood here to use it on my kitchen island. So I did need some shorter pieces, and then I did need some longer pieces as well. So I needed, you know, a little bit of mixture of both. But I keep shorter pieces anyhow, but I just don't like to waste. So if I can get the whole piece off, I'd rather do that. That gives you more of an area to work with. So like if you don't like a certain section, or if it's beat up too much at one end, or you know what I mean, you have some area to play with if you want to cut it off yourself at a certain section too. So like this little piece right here that was already broke, I'm still going to keep that piece because I might not use it right now, but I could use it in the future for something. So, you know, I'm all about saving money and resources. So I will definitely keep this piece of wood. So right here, you can see me pulling up the wood, and I'm going to push it over, and it's just going to snap right off of the frame. And it's as easy as that, if you don't mind damaging one side, because you will damage the one side either by holes or by splitting it with the nails. So, but that's only, like I said, an inch of the actual wood piece. It's not going to hurt much of the wood piece. So I am going to go ahead and speed this up for the sake of you guys' time. And then I'll come back in and explain to you a different method that you can use. You know what, I'm just going to tell you right now, and then I'll speed up the rest of the video. Sorry. So anyhow, you can do this method of prying the middle and one end and then flipping the wood over. You can cut both sides, well, pry the middle and cut both sides and lose about 3 to 4 inches of your wood. Or you can also use a metal cutter, a metal saw, like a, well, they're not a jigsaw, it's a, now I can't think right now, of course. Oh, it's a handheld saw. It's like a jigsaw, but it's got a longer, thicker blade on it. Hopefully I can think about that and add that in the description. But you use a saw basically, and you cut through the wood to the nails and actually cut the nails. Now that method, you're going to have nails in your wood. Unless you use a punch, you can use that method and use a punch to get the nails out. And the other method is to use a handsaw and just cut smaller pieces, which basically means you cut it off the frame altogether. You cut both sides and you cut the middle on each side of the middle frame. And that gives you about a foot piece of wood, depending on the size of the pallet. But in my experience, the method using the metal cutter, which cuts the nails, is easier in some instances, but there's also times that the blade gets stuck in between the wood and the frame. The actual blade gets stuck in between there. So it just, I don't know, it's all in preference in what you want to do, but take it from experience and learn from me, because this method, like I said, I've tore apart skids and pallets for years now, using them for different projects that I do. But this method right here is by far my favorite, and it's the easiest for me as well. So, you know, no power tools. You don't have to use a lot of muscle. You know, it's easy for me. So if it's easy for me, it should be fairly easy for you. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video. I just lost my flash. My battery must be dying in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up, and I hope you guys come back and check out more of our videos. Happy watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can keep updated on any new videos we make and upload. I do appreciate all of you for taking the time out to watch my videos and do my fun crafts and projects with me. I really have fun making these videos and doing these for you guys. This is a passion of mine. It has always been a passion of mine to, you know, be creative and use my talent to make new wonderful things for people. And now with the help of YouTube, I get to share my experiences and everything I know with you guys, so you can save some money and hopefully get crafty and make your own projects. And I'm just so excited to be able to share everything I know with you guys. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year. Bye.